How does Princess Beatrice feel about being a bonus mom? And how did her father ruin her original wedding plans with Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi? While the world focused on royal drama, this stylish property developer quietly won Beatrice's heart and built a life most people can only dream of. But behind the luxury penthouses and monogrammed shirts lies a story full of broken engagements, a secret child, and a wedding even the Queen didn't know about. Stick around, because the truth about Princess Beatrice's husband goes far deeper than the headlines. Edoardo Mozzi comes from an impressive family. Marrying into the royal family isn't for the faint of heart. Between the wealth, status, constant public attention, and relentless paparazzi, it takes a special kind of person to step into that world and say, "I can handle this." For Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi, the royal spotlight might not have been so intimidating. After all, he comes from a family already familiar with prestige and public scrutiny. His father, Alessandro Mapelli Mozzi, holds a title of his own. He's a count. Beyond the nobility, Alessandro competed as part of Great Britain's Winter Olympic team in 1972 in Japan. Mozzi's mother, Nikki Williams Ellis, also had experience in the public eye. She was previously married to politician Christopher Shale, who tragically died at Glastonbury Festival in 2011, and later married artist David Williams Ellis. In 2016, she was even honored with the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire by then Prime Minister David Cameron. He runs in well-respected and professional circles. Unlike full-time working royals such as Kate Middleton, Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi both maintain careers outside the royal family. To get a sense of Mozzi's world, his professional life is nothing short of impressive. In an interview with Private Air, Mozzi, often called Edo, explained that he is the founder and managing director of Banda Property, a company specializing in property development and interior design. The firm focuses on transforming existing spaces into luxury homes, galleries, and event venues. Edo entered the business straight out of school, completing his first real estate project at just 22. "I like the challenge of finding a solution to what seems near impossible," he told Private Air. "Often it's the challenges that produce the most spectacular and unique projects. Having studied business and economics for financial grounding, I knew that property investment and development would be the way forward for me." By the age of 30, Mozzi had already developed more than 400,000 square feet of property in London, with a total value of $875 million. He was originally engaged to someone else in 2018. Even if you don't follow the royal family closely, you've probably heard about some of the scandals that have rocked their world. Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi, while less well known before marrying Princess Beatrice, has a past that raises a few eyebrows. Mozzi was first engaged to his longtime girlfriend Dara Huang in 2018. Huang is accomplished in her own right, a Harvard graduate and highly sought-after architect who founded her own firm and has worked with clients like Cartier, Harrods, and Four Seasons Hotels and Resorts. After living together for 3 years and planning to marry, Mozzi and Huang ended their relationship, but the split was far from simple. Reports suggest that Mozzi began dating Princess Beatrice while still living with Huang, and just weeks after their breakup, he was back on the dating scene. Despite the speculation, Huang has never publicly commented on the timeline or the details of her split with Mozzi. Edoardo Mozzi and his ex-fiancée share a son. It's a bit scandalous by royal standards, but yes, Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi and Dara Huang share a son, Christopher, born in 2016. Nicknamed Wolfie, the little boy has appeared in several candid posts on social media, shared by his dad over the years. Princess Beatrice has also spoken openly about what it's like to be a bonus mom. In a 2021 interview with Hello magazine, she reflected on the challenges of education during the COVID-19 pandemic while helping Wolfie with his studies. Homeschooling, that was definitely not my forte, not going to lie. Sadly, I can't blame that on dyslexia, she admitted. But I felt very lucky to have had the chance to work with my bonus son, Wolfie, over the course of the school closures. It was a huge learning curve for all of us. He knew Princess Beatrice through close family connections. While Prince William met Kate Middleton at university, and Prince Harry met Meghan Markle through a mutual friend, Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mozzi have known each other for years through their families. People reports that, while early rumors suggested their paths crossed later thanks to shared social circles, they've actually been acquainted since at least 2011. Mozzi's stepfather, Christopher Shale, was a businessman and politician who moved in the upper echelons of British power and was a close associate of former Prime Minister David Cameron. Cameron, in turn, had long-standing friendships with Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, placing Mozzi's family firmly within the same social orbit as the royals. When Shale unexpectedly passed away in 2011, his funeral drew the crème de la crème of British society, including Andrew and Fergie. Princess Beatrice attended with her parents, and it was there, amid these established circles, that she crossed paths with her future husband, Edoardo Mozzi. Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mozzi made their debut in 2019. After rumors about the new couple began circulating among royal watchers, Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mozzi made their first public appearance in 2019, and it was anything but casual. Rather than a low-key coffee date, the pair attended the National Portrait Gallery Gala, stepping out alongside Kate Middleton. Beatrice turned heads in a stunning velvet gown with layered skirt detailing, while Mozzi looked sharp in a tailored tuxedo. It was clear from the start that they were a couple to watch, and naturally, questions about their relationship immediately followed. Media stories varied on how the two first met, but their connection was undeniable. Sources close to the couple revealed that their chemistry was obvious to everyone around them, with an engagement already being whispered as a possibility. They hit it off instantly and have a real laugh together, one insider shared. They've gone on holiday together, and Beatrice introduced him to Fergie and her dad. Things are moving very quickly, and it wouldn't surprise anyone if they got engaged in a short period of time. Edoardo Mozzi is the co-founder of his stepfather's charity. Giving back has always been a key part of royal life, and it's one reason Princess Beatrice was drawn to Edoardo Mozzi. Mozzi has made a name for himself in the charitable world as well. According to the BBC, he is the co-founder of Cricket Builds Hope, a charity in Rwanda originally envisioned by his stepfather, Christopher Shale. Shale was inspired by the dedication of the country's young cricketers and believed the sport could serve as a tool for positive social change. The organization's website explains that Shale aimed to provide resources to Rwandan players, including building the nation's first grass wicket and a pavilion to help popularize cricket. Sadly, Shale passed away before seeing the project come to life. Mozzi, along with Shale's family and friends, has continued the mission in his honor, ensuring the charity's goals are fulfilled and the young athletes are supported. After a whirlwind romance, Edoardo Mozzi popped the question in Italy. Princess Beatrice had spent nearly a decade in a previous relationship that never quite moved toward marriage. But with Edoardo Mozzi, things felt different from the start. Not long after they made their relationship public, Mozzi proposed, and Beatrice happily said yes. Sharing the news on X, the couple said they were extremely happy to announce their engagement, highlighting the strong foundation they felt they had built together. They wrote that their shared interests and values gave them confidence in a future full of love and happiness, as the announcement quickly drew an outpouring of support online. Beatrice's parents, Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, also expressed their joy in a joint statement, saying they were thrilled for the couple. They described their daughter as having found not just love, but a devoted partner and loyal companion, and said they wished them nothing but happiness as they begin their life together. Edoardo Mozzi and Princess Beatrice's wedding plans were put on hold, but not for the reason you might think. To say 2020 turned everything upside down would be an understatement, and for many engaged couples that meant putting wedding plans on hold. Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mozzi were no exception, though the reasons behind their delay were more complicated than most. Originally, the couple had planned a May 2020 wedding with around 150 guests. But the date was quietly pushed back amid the ongoing controversy surrounding Beatrice's father, Prince Andrew, and his association with Jeffrey Epstein. At the time, the situation created difficult optics, making a large public celebration feel inappropriate. Then, as the pandemic unfolded, COVID-19 restrictions further forced them to scale things down. In the end, that shift may have worked in their favor. A source told People that a smaller, more private ceremony actually suited Beatrice better. Given everything happening with her father, a low-key wedding was probably the right choice, the insider said. Beatrice has always been more reserved, more traditional, and she would have been very mindful of doing the right thing. The pair tied the knot in a quickly prepared ceremony. With the pressure surrounding Prince Andrew's controversy and the uncertainty of pandemic restrictions, Edoardo Mozzi and Princess Beatrice ended up pulling together a much smaller wedding in a remarkably short time. As People reported, the ceremony came together through last-minute changes, quick decisions, and a lot of behind-the-scenes effort. One of the biggest changes was Beatrice's dress. She decided to scrap her original gown and instead asked Queen Elizabeth II if she could borrow one of hers, a request that added a deeply personal touch to the day. The entire wedding was organized by a tight-knit team: Beatrice, her mother Sarah Ferguson, and Mozzi's mother Nikki Williams Ellis. Working quickly, they managed to bring everything together in just 2 weeks. They really swung into action, a friend shared. As soon as restrictions eased, they took the opportunity. They were determined to make it happen. Despite the rush, the couple stayed true to what they wanted: a ceremony that felt classic, elegant, and intimate. Small in scale, but thoughtfully done, the day ultimately came together in a way that felt both romantic and genuinely meaningful. Edoardo Mozzi and Princess Beatrice shared exciting family news in May 2021. Edoardo Mozzi was already a father to his son, Wolfie, but he and Princess Beatrice were excited to start a family of their own. In May 2021, the couple shared the news that they were expecting their first child together, a moment that brought joy across both families, including Queen Elizabeth II. In an official statement, the palace said the couple were very pleased and confirmed that the baby was due in the autumn. It also noted that the Queen had been informed and that both families were delighted by the announcement. The baby would go on to become the Queen's 12th great-grandchild, arriving not long after Prince Harry and Meghan Markle welcomed their second child that same summer. As with any royal birth, it also meant a small shift in the line of succession, with Beatrice and Mozzi's child taking a place further down the line to the throne. The couple welcomed their first child in October 2021. The arrival of a royal baby is always a special moment, and for Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mozzi, it was no different. On September 19, 2021, the couple welcomed their daughter, Sienna, into the world, sharing the happy news through the royal family's X account. The announcement confirmed her full name, Sienna Elizabeth Mozzi, and included a sweet update from the couple. "We are all doing well, and Wolfie is the best big brother to Sienna." Sienna was born just before midnight at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital, which stood out as a slightly unusual choice compared to the more traditional St. Mary's Hospital, where many royal babies have been born. She weighed 6 pounds, 2 ounces at birth, and was warmly welcomed by the family. In a statement, the palace said that her grandparents and great-grandparents had all been informed and were delighted by the news. The family also expressed their gratitude to the hospital staff, thanking them for the care and support they received during the birth. Edoardo Mozzi has sung the late Queen's praises on social media. Everyone appreciates a supportive partner, and while Edoardo Mozzi has his own successful career, he clearly embraces his role within the royal family. Unlike many in similar positions, he's fairly active on Instagram and has often used the platform to share his admiration, not just for Princess Beatrice, but also for Queen Elizabeth II. In April, he marked the Queen's birthday with a heartfelt message, saying he looked forward to celebrating her incredible service later in the year. Then, in June 2022, he posted again to honor her during the Platinum Jubilee, which celebrated 70 years on the throne. "Congratulations to Her Majesty the Queen on her remarkable #Platinum Jubilee," he wrote. "Thank you for your 70 years of steadfast and dedicated service." Just a few months later, on September 8, 2022, Queen Elizabeth II passed away, making those public tributes feel even more meaningful in hindsight. A new baby, a new chapter, and old shadows return. In October 2024, Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mozzi shared news that quickly excited royal watchers. They were expecting their second child together. Their blended family, with Wolfie and Sienna already at the center, was about to grow again. Sarah Ferguson even celebrated the moment publicly, clearly thrilled at the thought of another grandchild joining the mix. But the joy came with a scare. On January 22, 2025, Beatrice gave birth to their daughter, Athena Elizabeth Rose Mozzi, several weeks early. The experience deeply affected her, later leading her to support a charity focused on premature birth. Through it all, Edoardo stayed quietly supportive, standing by her side without making it about himself. Later that year, Athena was christened at the Chapel Royal in St. James's Palace, a meaningful moment that seemed to bring everything full circle. But just as life settled, old controversies resurfaced. Newly released Epstein-related documents once again dragged the royal family into the spotlight, with Beatrice's name briefly mentioned. There were no accusations, but the attention alone was enough to reignite scrutiny. Through it all, Edoardo remained steady. He kept working, showing up, and avoiding the drama. As of 2026, he continues balancing business, family, and royal life, quietly proving that in a world full of noise, consistency might be the most powerful thing of all.